a photograph this evening. Between the pages of a book, the corners faded soft and yellow, but I still knew the way you looked. The ocean stretched behind us, the sky was turning red. You said we'd come back here someday. I never knew what that meant. Years can change 1,000 things and carry people far, but sometimes all it takes is one old picture to remember who we are. The waves are rolling like they used to. The wind still calls my name, and for a moment I can almost believe that nothing changed. I know that life kept moving. I know we chose our roads, but somewhere in the quiet evening, there's a place that still feels close. I opened up the old notebook and found a line you wrote, a list of places we were going and little dreams we never told. I laughed before I stopped myself, then closed it once again. It's strange how something left behind can feel so near sometimes. I don't ask the night to turn around or bring you back to me. I've learned that letting go can also mean keeping a memory. The waves are rolling like they used to. The wind still calls my name, and for a moment I can almost believe that nothing changed. I know that life kept moving. I know we chose our roads, but somewhere in the quiet evening, there's a place that still feels close. Maybe we were never meant to stay the way we dreamed. Maybe some of what we lose becomes a part of everything. So I'll leave the picture where I found it and close the book tonight. But I'll remember how the water caught the last of all the light. The waves are rolling like they used to, but I can see them clear. The years have taken us much farther than I ever thought we'd be from here. And though the road kept moving, and though the seasons changed, somewhere beyond the fading daylight,
remember in its frame, dust was turning slowly where the light had touched your name. A page beneath my fingers bent softly at the seam, as if the years had folded around a half-remembered dream. I read between the spaces where the words had disappeared, and somehow what was missing was the only thing I heard. There are summers in the silence, there are footsteps in the rain, there are rooms that keep their windows facing streets that never change. And somewhere in the distance, where the daylight loses gold, something we were once together still refuses to grow old. The clock forgot to hurry, the shadows crossed the floor. A song from another lifetime came drifting through the door. I watched the letters thinning until they looked like smoke, and wondered if the heart does that with every promise broken. No, I don't need an answer, and I won't ask where you've been. Some questions lose their meaning when the years grow deep between. There are summers in the silence, there are footsteps in the rain, there are rooms that keep their windows facing streets that never change. And somewhere in the distance, where the daylight loses gold, something we were once together still refuses to grow old. If I close the book forever, would the evening know your face? Would the ocean keep returning to the outline of this place? Or would everything grow lighter, like a photograph in the sun, until even all the colors forget who they came from? There are summers in the silence, still asleep beneath the years. There are voices in the water only memory can hear. And somewhere past the horizon, where the last light turns to blue, I leave the page unfinished, the way I once left you. The room grows dim, the ink grows pale, and all the words become the wind.
Took the road beyond the harbor, where the evening bends to blue. The signs were older than I remember, and every turn still led to you. A shutter moved beside the station, light came on across the hill. For years I thought the town had changed, but some things know exactly how to to stay still. The wind came through the open window, carrying salt across the sea. And every mile became a question. My hands already knew the key. There's a road between the tides where the water leaves its mark. One way leads into the morning, one way disappears in dark. I keep driving through the silence while the shoreline slips away, somewhere between where we were and where I am today. The radio was losing signal, then returned with an old refrain. I almost turned the volume higher, then let it fade into the rain. Your shadow crossed the passenger seat, only for a second there. Funny how an empty space can hold more than someone standing anywhere. I never came here looking for you. I knew that wasn't why I drove, but every road remembers footsteps, even after they are gone. There's a road between the tides where the water leaves its mark. One way leads into the morning, one way disappears in dark. I keep driving through the silence while the shoreline slips away, somewhere between where we were and where I am today. Maybe every journey backward is a way of moving on. Maybe all the places we remember teach us where we don't belong. So I watch the last light vanish from the mirror at my side, and for once I don't turn around. When the road divides, there's a road between the tides, and tonight I let it go. Not the years, not all the memories, just the need to make them home. I keep driving toward the morning while the shoreline fades from view, somewhere behind the disappearing light. I finally leave you. The road grows quiet, the sea goes dark, a distant light, then nothing but the sound of wheels and an open sky.
The bell above the doorway still sounds the way it did. The corner by the window is smaller than I remembered. A cup is cooling slowly beside an empty chair. The afternoon is leaving, but something keeps you there. The waiter clears the tables one by one, Outside the streetlights wake before the day is done. Some places keep a little of the people passing through. A shadow on the wallpaper, a song that sounds like you. And though the room is changing with every closing door, I sit here for a moment, like I have done before. The clock above the counter moves without making sound. I trace a line upon the glass where rain once traveled down. Someone is laughing softly somewhere behind the wall. For half a second I forget that you are gone at all. The chairs are turned to silence, the lights begin to fade, and every little thing tonight feels like something left unsaid. Some places keep a little of the people passing through. A shadow on the wallpaper, a song that sounds like you. And though the room is changing with every closing door, I sit here for a moment, like I have done before. Maybe tomorrow someone else will sit beside this glass and never know the stories that this room has let me pass. Maybe that's the way it goes. The world keeps pouring on. One table fills, another clears, and suddenly we're gone. Some places keep a little, even when the years move through. Not enough to bring you closer, just enough to make it true. The lights go out behind me, the street is turning blue. I leave the chair beside the window, and the evening there with you. The bell rings once, the door swings wide, the cup is empty, and so is the night. The evening train was leaving before the sky turned black. Its windows held the city, then carried it away. I stood beneath the station clock and watched the numbers change, as if a different hour could bring you back again. The rails kept shining after
the last light disappeared. Two silver lines kept running long after you weren't here. And when the platform emptied, I heard the silence move past the benches, past the shadows, past the place I stood with you. Every train knows where it's going, every signal turns to green. Only I remain between the places we have been. A suitcase crossed the hallway, a child began to cry. Someone waved from through a window, then vanished from my sight. The coffee shop was closing, the chairs were stacked away. I wondered how a moment could become a lifetime's wait. I never saw you leaving, there was no last goodbye. Just one day you were somewhere, then nowhere I could find. And when the platform emptied, I heard the silence move past the benches, past the shadows, past the place I stood with you. Every train knows where it's going, every signal turns to green. Only I remain between the places we have been. Maybe every kind of leaving doesn't need a closing door. Maybe some are like a station you stop visiting anymore. Still somewhere beyond the darkness, another train goes by, and I watch the light grow smaller until it leaves the sky. And when the platform emptied, I finally understood. Some things leave without a sound, even when you wish they wouldn't. Every train keeps moving forward, every night becomes a day. I turn from the silent tracks and slowly walk away. The clock keeps turning, the lights burn low. One distant whistle, then nothing goes.
The walls are lighter now, where all the pictures hung. A pale square in the evening for every vanished one. The boxes wait beside the door, the room has lost its sound. Even the clock seems careful not to wake the house tonight. I thought leaving was a road with somewhere else to go, but sometimes it's just standing still and watching something close. There are footsteps in the hallway, though nobody comes through. There is laughter in the ceiling that the silence never knew. I carry nothing with me that my hands can hold, just the shape of certain evenings and a warmth inside the cold. The window's open halfway, the curtain starts to rise. For 1 second in the movement, I almost turn to look behind. The key is on the table, beside the morning mail. Funny how a life can end without a single thing to say. There are footsteps in the hallway, though nobody comes through. There is laughter in the ceiling that the silence never knew. I carry nothing with me that my hands can hold, just the shape of certain evenings and a warmth inside the cold. By tomorrow someone new will stand beneath this light, and never know how many times we tried to make things right. Maybe that's the mercy of it, every room forgets in time. But tonight these empty walls still know which dreams were mine. There are footsteps in the hallway as I reach to close the door, and the house becomes a shadow I won't be living in anymore. I leave the key behind me, I let the darkness fall, but somewhere past the empty rooms I hear us after all. When one light goes out, the street turns blue. I close the door and walk into the night.
The sign above the doorway still flickers in the rain, a crooked line of yellow light spelling out another name. Inside the rows are empty, except for dust and air. I choose the seat beside the aisle and almost find you there. The screen begins to brighten across the darkened room, and every face that disappears makes space for something new. When the lights went down between us, neither one of us could see how the ending was already finding its way to me. We were watching shadows move across a silver wall, never knowing somewhere after we would lose it all. like it did so long ago. Some things keep running quietly, even after we let go. Maybe every kind of ending needs a little dark, so we can see what still remains when nothing leaves a mark. The credits rise above me, names I do not know. I wait until the room is empty before I finally go. The lights come up around me and the shadows lose their shape. I look toward the empty seat, then turn and walk away. Outside the rain has ended, the city starts to glow. The story isn't waiting now, and neither am I anymore. The doors swing wide, the night moves on behind me now. The final scene is gone.
The room was quiet after midnight, the city dim beyond the glass. Her name appeared beneath my fingers from somewhere buried in the past. No paper held it, no photograph, no reason brought it back tonight. Just 7 numbers in the darkness and one familiar kind of light. I don't know why I still remember what the years were meant to erase. Some things disappear from living but never leave their place. My hand was resting on the silence between the then and now, one small distance from a voice I couldn't bring myself to call. And all the years stood listening on the other side of time. I knew the number by heart, but never knew what I would find. The clock moved slowly through the hallway. A car passed somewhere down the street. I almost heard you say my name the way you used to say it softly. Maybe someone else is sleeping where your window used to shine. Maybe every road has taken you somewhere I will never find. So I let the moment linger like a match before the flame, knowing once the light is given, nothing stays the same. My hand was resting on the silence between the then and now, one small distance from a voice I couldn't bring myself to call. And all the years stood listening on the other side of time. I see some doors remain unopened, not because they're locked away, but because the heart remembers what the voice could never say. My hand was resting on the silence, then I slowly let it go. Somewhere far beyond the ringing was a life I used to know. And all the years kept turning as the night gave way to dawn. I knew the number by heart, but I knew that you were gone. The room grew light, the city woke, and 7 numbers faded with the dawn.
I opened up the closet to let the winter in. The air had kept its silence where another year had been. A sleeve fell from the darkness and brushed against my hand. For just a breath, the empty room forgot to understand. Outside, the branches trembled against the window pane. The season had returned again, but not in quite the same way. How can a room remember what the years have taken out? Still know what love was about. The snow begins without a sound. The evening settles slow, and somewhere underneath the cold there is a warmth I know. I should have packed it years ago with all the things that changed, but some forgotten corners have their own way to remain. The street below is glowing in a pale December light. I watch the shadows crossing like they did on other nights. Perhaps the heart is like a house with rooms we never close. We move through them in different years, but somehow no one knows which door will open quietly when winter fills the air and leave us standing in the dark as if someone were still there. But they never change the mind. The snow begins without a sound, then disappears below. I hang the silence back again and close the door real slow. Outside, the morning Another winter comes and goes, and you remain unnamed.
It came through the static from somewhere down the hall, a melody with broken edges. I thought I'd lost it all. The room had changed its colors, the evening settled low, but one familiar turn of music found a place I used to know. I didn't need the words, the sound was enough to open all the windows I had carefully shut. There was a summer in that melody, a street beneath the rain, a door I thought was closed for good, swinging open once again. I stood there without moving while the years went passing through, and every note became a room that somehow led to you. The radio kept breathing between the songs and noise, a little ghost of yesterday inside a stranger's voice. I watched the dust turn slowly above the wooden floor, and wondered why the things we lose still know the way back home. Maybe memory has no clock, no season, no goodbye. It waits inside an ordinary sound until the night is right. Then suddenly the distance breaks without a warning sign, and all the years between two lives are smaller than a line. There was a summer in that melody, but summer's gone away. A song grew quiet in the static, and the room became today. I let the silence take it. I didn't turn the dial. Some things are only meant to visit for a little while. The last note fades, the house grows still, but somewhere far that melody is playing still.
kitchen before I found the day. A pale light on the counter and the things I put away. I reached above the cupboard without thinking where to look. 2 cups touched for a second, then one went back untouched. The smallest things remember what the heart forgets to say. A hand can keep on moving long after someone fades away. So there it was beside me, a space without a sound. Not empty like a room is empty, more like something not around. The coffee cooled between us, the only one was there. And somehow all the morning had your absence in the air. The newspaper on the table stayed folded at the door. I almost saved the corner the way I had before. Outside the city started with its usual noise, but every ordinary moment had forgotten half its voice. Maybe love doesn't vanish when the leaving has been done. Maybe it hides in little motions we don't notice one by one. A second cup, a vacant chair, a song turned halfway down. The world keeps all its habits even when we're not around. So there it was beside me in the slowly waking light, a place I didn't mean to make, but somehow made it right. I washed the cup and put it back, then stood there for a while and watched the morning fill the room without you. All the while, one cup, one chair, one quiet room. The day begins too soon.
The stairs remember rain somehow, though they have long been dry. A narrow line of evening dust moves slowly with the light. I climb the way I used to climb, without a thought or sound, then stop where one more shadow used to fall a step ahead. Strange how distance changes shape when no one turns around. A single stare can hold the years between the lost and found. You were always one step higher, have both already left. The railing keeps the evening cold against my resting hand. Below, the street begins to glow, like somewhere else again. I almost hear your lighter steps above the turning stair, but all that reaches me tonight is wind upon the air. Perhaps we loved in different ways of walking toward the same. You saw the road before I did, I only learned its name. And somewhere past the final floor, beyond the window's blue, there may be one more staircase I am still climbing to you. You were always one step higher. Now the stairs are mine alone. I no longer ask the silence why it never leads me home. I reach the top and turn around. The city fades below. For the first time I understand, some steps are meant to go. One step, then another. The night grows wide, and somewhere ahead of me, the light goes out.
Across the street, a window closes, then another loses light. The city folds its scattered pages, one by one into the night. The curtain moves on the 7th floor, then disappears from view. And somewhere in that darkening sky, I almost think of you. How many rooms are holding silence? How many names go unspoken now? The night can hide 1,000 distances inside a single town. The windows keep on going dark, like stars beneath the rain. And somewhere you are closing yours without knowing my name. I don't need the night to answer, I don't need a sign from you. But every light that disappears makes the world feel less like two. A train moves underneath the bridge, its sound becomes the wind. I watch the empty avenue and wonder where you've been. Perhaps Perhaps your hands are resting beside a sleeping chair. Perhaps the room around you now has learned that I was there. There was a time the dark arrived and neither one of us would sleep. We'd leave the smallest light turned on as if the night were ours to keep. Now every room has found its shadow, every street has lost its sound, and all the roads that once were near have turned themselves around. The windows keep on going dark until the city disappears, and somewhere far beyond the glass I leave behind these years. I don't ask the night to hold you, I don't ask the stars to stay. I only watch the final light slowly fade away. One by one, the windows close, and somewhere beyond the dark, the morning grows.
I saw you turning at the corner of someone wearing your old coat. The street was full of moving shadows, and suddenly my heart forgot. I followed through the evening traffic, past the windows turning gold. A stranger stopped beneath the streetlight, and the story lost its hold. How quickly hope can borrow a face from someone passing by. How easily the heart can open before it knows the reason why. I have been looking at the outlines of a life that isn't there, finding pieces of your shadow in the people everywhere. Every stranger turns to someone, every silence says your name. Then the light changes around me, and the world is just the same. The rain began without a warning, soft against the avenue. I stood beneath the narrow doorway, watching strangers walk on through. Perhaps I never saw you clearly, perhaps that's not what memory does. It keeps the shape and loses details. And somewhere in their moving shadows, I begin to look away. But tonight I let them go. Every stranger has a story I was never meant to know. The street lights blur behind the rain. The crowd becomes the sea. And for the first time in a long while, no one looks like you to me. Turns, the footsteps fade, a stranger leaves, and I remain.
This morning, something in the window looked different from before. The trees had changed without permission, green where winter lived once more. I stood there longer than I meant to, with a curtain in my hand, and watched the world begin again, without asking where I'd been. There was a time I counted every season by your name. Now the calendar keeps turning, carried out the blue. I thought I'd know the moment when your shadow disappeared, but healing came so quietly, I almost missed it here. The street below was ordinary. Someone laughed, a door slammed shut. A bicycle crossed the morning, and the city carried on. I found myself about to tell you something small about the day, then smiled at how the thought arrived and slowly went away. Maybe love does not leave us the way a train leaves town. Maybe it becomes the distance between the sky and ground. Like a song I used to follow until I lost the line. photograph this evening. Between the pages of a book, the corners faded soft and yellow, but I still knew the way you looked. The ocean stretched behind us, the sky was turning red. You said we'd come back here someday. I never knew what that meant. Years can change 1,000 things and carry people far, but sometimes all it takes is one old picture to remember who we are. The waves are rolling like they used to. The wind still calls my name, and for a moment I can almost believe that nothing changed. I know that life kept moving. I know we chose our roads, but somewhere in the quiet evening, there's a place that still feels close. I opened up the old notebook and found a line you wrote, a list of places we were going and little dreams we never told. I laughed before I stopped myself, then closed it once again. It's strange how something left behind can feel so near sometimes. I don't ask the night to turn around or bring you back to me. I've learned that letting go can also mean keeping a memory. The waves are rolling like they used to. The wind still calls my name, and for a moment I can almost believe that nothing changed. I know that life kept moving. I know we chose our roads, but somewhere in the quiet evening, there's a place that still feels close. Maybe we were never meant to stay the way we dreamed. Maybe some of what we lose becomes a part of everything. So I'll leave the picture where I found it and close the book tonight. But I'll remember how the water caught the last of all the light. The waves are rolling like they used to, but I can see them clear. The years have taken us much farther, The night comes slowly, the colors disappear. I turn and walk away and leave the ocean here.
The window held the evening like amber in its frame. Dust was turning slowly where the light had touched your name. A page beneath my fingers bent softly at the seam, as if the years had folded around a half-remembered dream. I read between the spaces where the words had disappeared, and somehow what was missing was the only thing I heard. There are summers in the silence, there are footsteps in the rain, there are rooms that keep their windows facing streets that never change. And somewhere in the distance, where the daylight loses gold, something we were once together still refuses to grow old. The clock forgot to hurry, the shadows crossed the floor. A song from another lifetime came drifting through the door. I watched the letters thinning until they looked like smoke, and wondered if the heart does that with every promise broken. No, I don't need an answer, and I won't ask where you've been. Some questions lose their meaning when the years grow deep between. There are summers in the silence, there are footsteps in the rain, there are rooms that keep their windows facing streets that never change. And somewhere in the distance, where the daylight loses gold, something we were once together still refuses to grow old. If I close the book forever, would the evening know your face? Would the ocean keep returning to the outline of this place? Or would everything grow lighter, like a photograph in the sun, until even all the colors forget who they came from? There are summers in the silence, still asleep beneath the years. There are voices in the water only memory can hear. And somewhere past the horizon, where the last light turns to blue, I leave the page unfinished, the way I once left you. The room grows dim, the ink grows pale, and all the words become the wind.
to blue. The signs were older than I remember, and every turn still led to you. A shutter moved beside the station. A light came on across the hill. For years I thought the town had changed, but some things know exactly how to stay still. The wind came through the open window, carrying salt across the sea. And every mile became a question my hands already knew to keep. There's a road between the tides where the water leaves its mark. One way leads into the morning, one way disappears in dark. I keep driving through the silence while the shoreline slips away, somewhere between where we were and where I am today. The radio was losing signal, then returned with an old refrain. I almost turned the volume higher, then let it fade into the rain. Your shadow crossed the passenger seat, only for a second there. Funny how an empty space can hold more than someone standing anywhere. I never came here looking for you. I knew that wasn't why I drove, but every road remembers footsteps, even after they are gone. There's a road between the tides where the water leaves its mark. One way leads into the morning, one way disappears in dark. I keep driving through the silence while the shoreline slips away, somewhere between where we were and where I am today. Maybe every journey backward is a way of moving on. Maybe all the places we remember teach us where we don't belong. So I watch the last light vanish from the mirror at my side, and for once I don't turn around. When the road divides, there's a road between the tides, and tonight I let it go. Not the years, not all the memories, just the need to make them home. I keep driving toward the morning while the shoreline fades from view, somewhere behind the disappearing light. I finally leave you. The road grows quiet, the sea goes dark, a distant light, then nothing but the sound of wheels and an open sky.
The bell above the doorway still sounds the way it did. The corner by the window is smaller than I remembered. A cup is cooling slowly beside an empty chair. The afternoon is leaving, but something keeps you there. The waiter clears the tables one by one. Outside the streetlights wake before the day is done. Some places keep a little of the people passing through. A shadow on the wallpaper, a song that sounds like you. And though the room is changing with every closing door, I sit here for a moment, like I have done before. The clock above the counter moves without making sound. I trace a line upon the glass where rain once traveled down. Someone is laughing softly somewhere behind the wall. For half a second I forget that you are gone at all. The chairs are turned to silence, the lights begin to fade, and every little thing tonight feels like something left unsaid. Some places keep a little of the people passing through. A shadow on the wallpaper, a song that sounds like you. And though the room is changing with every closing door, I sit here for a moment, like I have done before. Maybe tomorrow someone else will sit beside this glass and never know the stories that this room has let me pass. Maybe that's the way it goes. The world keeps pouring on. One table fills, another clears, and suddenly we're gone. Some places keep a little, even when the years move through. Not enough to bring you closer, just enough to make it true. The lights go out behind me, the street is turning blue. I leave the chair beside the window, and the evening there with you. The bell rings once, the door swings wide, the cup is empty, and so is the night.
The evening train was leaving before the sky turned black. Its windows held the city, then carried it away. I stood beneath the station clock and watched the numbers change, as if a different hour could bring you back again. The rails kept shining after the last light disappeared. Two silver lines kept running long after you weren't here. And when the platform emptied, I heard the silence move past the benches, past the shadows, past the place I stood with you. Every train knows where it's going. Every signal turns to green. Only I remain between the places we have been. A suitcase crossed the hallway. A child began to cry. Someone waved from through a window, then vanished from my sight. The coffee shop was closing. The chairs were stacked away. I wondered how a moment could become a lifetime's wait. I never saw you leaving. There was no last goodbye. Just one day you were somewhere, then nowhere I could find. And when the platform emptied, I heard the silence move past the benches, past the shadows, past the place I stood with you. Every train knows where it's going. Every signal turns to green. Only I remain between the places we have been. Maybe every kind of leaving doesn't need a closing door. Maybe some are like a station you stop visiting anymore. Still somewhere beyond the darkness, another train goes by, and I watch the light grow smaller until it leaves the sky. And when the platform emptied, I finally understood. Some things leave without a sound, even when you wish they wouldn't. Every train keeps moving forward. Every night becomes a day. I turn from the silent tracks and slowly walk away. The clock keeps turning, the lights burn low. One distant whistle, then nothing goes.
pictures hung, a pale square in the evening for every vanished one. The boxes wait beside the door, the room has lost its sound. Even the clock seems careful not to wake the house tonight. I thought leaving was a road with somewhere else to go, but sometimes it's just standing still and watching something close. There are footsteps in the hallway, though nobody comes through. There is laughter in the ceiling that the silence never knew. I carry nothing with me that my hands can hold, just the shape of certain evenings and a warmth inside the cold. The window's open halfway, the curtain starts to rise. For 1 second in the movement, I almost turn to look behind. The key is on the table, beside the morning mail. Funny how a life can end without a single thing to say. There are footsteps in the hallway, though nobody comes through. There is laughter in the ceiling that the silence never knew. I carry nothing with me that my hands can hold, just the shape of certain evenings and a warmth inside the cold. By tomorrow someone new will stand beneath this light, and never know how many times we tried to make things right. Maybe that's the mercy of it, every room forgets in time. But tonight these empty walls still know which dreams were mine. There are footsteps in the hallway as I reach to close the door, and the house becomes a shadow I won't be living in anymore. I leave the key behind me, I let the darkness fall, but somewhere past the empty rooms I hear us after all. When one light goes out, the street turns blue. I close the door and walk into the night. The sign above the doorway still flickers in the rain, a crooked line of yellow light spelling out another name. Inside the rows are empty, except for dust and air. I choose the seat beside the aisle and almost find you there. The screen begins to brighten across the darkened room, and every face that disappears makes space for something new. When the lights went down between us, neither one of us could see how the ending was already finding its way to me.
never knowing somewhere after we would lose it all. Keeps unfolding, though I've forgotten half. A stranger's voice, a closing door, a moment made to last. The projector turns behind me like it did so long ago. Some things keep running quietly even after we let go. It's a little dark, so we can see what still remains when nothing leaves a mark. The credits rise above me, names I do not know. I wait until the room is empty before I finally go. Waiting now, and neither am I anymore. The doors swing wide, the night moves on behind me now. The final scene is gone.
Was quiet after midnight, the city dim beyond the glass. Her name appeared beneath my fingers from somewhere buried in the past. No paper held it, no photograph, no reason brought it back tonight. Just 7 numbers in the darkness and one familiar kind of light. I don't know why I still remember what the years were meant to erase. Some things disappear from living but never leave their place. My hand was resting on the silence between the then and now, one small distance from a voice I couldn't bring myself to call. And all the years stood listening on the other side of time. I knew the number by heart, but never knew what I would find. The clock moved slowly through the hallway. A car passed somewhere down the street. I almost heard you say my name the way you used to say it softly. Maybe someone else is sleeping where your window used to shine. Maybe every road has taken you somewhere I will never So I let the moment linger like a match before the flame, knowing once the light is given, nothing stays the same. My hand was resting on the silence between the then and now, one small distance from a voice I couldn't bring myself to call. And all the years stood listening on the other side of time. I knew the number by heart, but never knew what I would find. What if you answered like a stranger? What if I heard you breathe? What if the only thing between us was the courage I don't keep? Maybe some doors remain unopened, not because they're locked away, but because the heart remembers what the voice could never say. My hand was resting on the silence, then I slowly let it go. Somewhere far beyond the ringing was a life I used to know. And all the years kept turning as the night gave way to dawn. I knew the number by heart, but I knew that you were gone. The room grew light, the city woke, and 7 numbers faded with the dawn.
I opened up the closet to let the winter in. The air had kept its silence where another year had been. A sleeve fell from the darkness and brushed against my hand. For just a breath, the empty room forgot to understand. Outside, the branches trembled against the window pane. The season had returned again, but not in quite the same way. How can a room remember what the years have taken out? How can an empty doorway still know what love was about? The snow begins without a sound. The evening settles slow, and somewhere underneath the cold there is a warmth I know. I should have packed it years ago with all the things that changed, but some forgotten corners have their own way to remain. The street below is glowing in a pale December light. I watch the shadows crossing like they did on other nights. Perhaps the heart is like a house with rooms we never close. We move through them in different years, but somehow no one knows which door will open quietly never change the mind. The snow begins without a sound and disappears below. I hang the silence back again and close the door real slow. Outside the morning waits, inside the shadows stay. Another winter comes and goes, and you remain unnamed.
It came through the static from somewhere down the hall, a melody with broken edges. I thought I'd lost it all. The room had changed its colors, the evening settled low, but one familiar turn of music found a place I used to know. I didn't need the words, the sound was enough to open all the windows I had carefully shut. There was a summer in that melody, a street beneath the rain, a door I thought was closed for good, swinging open once again. I stood there without moving while the years went passing through, and every note became a room that somehow led to you. The radio kept breathing between the songs and noise, a little ghost of yesterday inside a stranger's voice. I watched the dust turn slowly above the wooden floor and wondered why the things we lose still know the way back home. Maybe memory has no clock, no season, no goodbye. It waits inside an ordinary sound until the night is right. Then suddenly the distance breaks without a warning sign, and all the years between two lives are smaller than a line. There was a summer in that melody, but summer's gone away. A song grew quiet in the static, and the room became today. I let the silence take it, mood fades, the house grows still, but somewhere far that melody is playing still.
Morning found the kitchen before I found the day. A pale light on the counter and the things I put away. I reached above the cupboard without thinking where to look. 2 cups touched for a second, then one went back untouched. The smallest things remember what the heart forgets to say. A hand can keep on moving long after someone fades away. So there it was beside me, a space without a sound. Not empty like a room is empty, more like something not around. Cooled between us, the only one was there. And somehow all the morning had your absence in the air. The newspaper on the table stayed folded at the door. I almost saved the corner the way I had before. Outside the city started with its usual noise, but every ordinary moment had forgotten half its voice. Maybe love doesn't vanish when the leaving has been done. Maybe it hides in little motions we don't notice one by one. A second cup, a vacant chair, a song turned halfway down. The world keeps all its habits, even when we're not around. So there it was beside me in the slowly waking light, a place I didn't mean to make, but somehow made it right. I washed the cup and put it back, then stood there for a while and watched the morning fill the room without you. All the while, one cup, one chair, one quiet room. The day begins too soon.
The stairs remember rain somehow, though they have long been dry. A narrow line of evening dust moves slowly with the light. I climb the way I used to climb, without without a thought or sound, then stop where one more shadow used to fall a step ahead. Strange how distance changes shape when no one turns around. A single stare can hold the years between the lost and found. You were always one step higher, never waiting, never far. I followed where the silence opened, like a door beneath the stars. Now every step returns to me, without a hand to hold. And I arrive at places we have both already left. The railing keeps the evening cold against my resting hand. Below, the street begins to glow, like somewhere else again. I almost hear your lighter steps above the turning stair, but all that reaches me tonight is wind upon the air. Perhaps we loved in different ways of walking toward the same. You saw the road before I did, I only learned its name. And somewhere past the final floor, beyond the window's blue, there may be one more staircase I am still climbing to you. You were always one step higher, now the stairs are mine alone. I no longer ask the silence why it never leads me home. I reach the top and turn around. The city fades below. For the first time I understand, some steps are meant to go. One step, then another. The night grows wide, and somewhere ahead of me, the light goes out.
Across the street, a window closes, then another loses light. The city folds its scattered pages, one by one into the night. The curtain moves on the 7th floor, then disappears from view. And somewhere in that darkening sky, But every light that disappears makes the world feel less like two. A train moves underneath the bridge, its sound becomes the wind. I watch the empty avenue and wonder where you've been. Perhaps your hands are resting beside a sleeping chair. Perhaps the room around you now has learned that I was there. There was a time the dark arrived and neither one of us would sleep. We'd leave the smallest light turned on as if the night were ours to keep. Now every room has found its shadow, every street has lost its sound, and all the roads that once were near have turned themselves around. The windows keep on going dark until the city disappears, and somewhere far beyond the glass I leave behind these years. I don't ask the night to hold you, I don't ask the stars to stay. I only watch the final light slowly fade away. One by one, the windows close, and somewhere beyond the dark, the morning grows.
I saw you turning at the corner. Was someone wearing your old coat? The street was full of moving shadows, and suddenly my heart forgot. I followed through the evening traffic, past the windows turning gold. A stranger stopped beneath the streetlight, and the story lost its hold. How quickly hope can borrow a face from someone passing by. How easily the heart can open before it knows the reason why. I have been looking at the outlines of a life that isn't there, finding pieces of your shadow in the people everywhere. Every stranger turns to someone, every silence says your name. Then the light changes around me, and the world is just the same. The rain began without a warning, soft against the avenue. I stood beneath the narrow doorway, watching strangers walk on through. Perhaps I never saw you clearly. Perhaps that's not what memory does. It keeps the shape and loses details, then ask the world to fill them up. Maybe one day I will pass you and not know you anymore. Maybe that will be the moment when the searching finally stops. Until then, the city carries 1,000 faces through the rain, and somewhere in their moving shadows, I begin to look away. I have been looking at the outlines, but tonight I let them go. Every stranger has a story I was never meant to know. The street lights blur behind the rain, the crowd becomes the sea, and for the first time in a long while, no one looks like you to me. The corner turns, the footsteps fade, a stranger leaves, and I remain.
This morning, something in the window looked different from before. The trees had changed without permission, green where winter lived once more. I stood there longer than I meant to, with the curtain in my hand, and watched the world begin again, without asking where I'd been. There was a time I counted every season by your name. Now the calendar keeps turning, somewhere while I wasn't looking, the wind began to move through all the rooms I kept closed, and carried out the blue. Disappeared, but healing came so quietly, I almost missed it here. The street below was ordinary. Someone laughed, a door slammed shut. bicycle across the morning, and the city carried on. I found myself about to tell you something small about the day, then smiled at how the thought arrived and slowly went away. Maybe love does not leave us the way a train leaves town. Maybe it becomes the distance between the sky and ground. Still there, but no longer waiting. Still true, but no longer mine. Like a song I used to follow until I lost the line. Somewhere while I wasn't looking, the wind began to change, and all the rooms I kept inside me started breathing once again. I never heard a final goodbye. I never saw you disappear. I only looked outside one morning and found that I was here. The window stays open, the light comes through. The day